All right, guys, this is number 62. In this video, you might have seen a different background. I decided to put some of the PSA graded basketball rookies because Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, I got one Kobe Bryant up there, were inducted into the Hall of Fame. So it's actually two groups of players that were inducted in the Hall of Fame because of COVID last summer. So my long-term plan was to sell some Tim Duncans and KGs during the Hall of Fame time, but with the market overall down these last month and a half, 2 months, I've decided I don't need the extra money right now, so I'm gonna hold because I know what I've seen with the market for the last 5-10 years is that there's ups and downs in the market. So I'm in no rush to sell the Tim Duncans and Kevin Garnetts. I'll hold, and if there's a right time for that, I'll move them. But right now, I'm not too worried about selling them. I would have thought there'd be a bigger spike, but here's what could be happening. Instead of dropping in price, they're actually holding steady. I've seen some players like Michael Porter Jr. for basketball, while the rest of the Prism cards are going down. His cards haven't gone down, but they haven't really gone up. They've kind of stayed steady. And that might be for a lot of those players that would have gone up if the whole market was up. We would have seen those bigger increases, but I think with Michael Porter Jr., Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, maybe they're just holding steady instead of dropping like the rest of the market. So what I'm gonna share with you is the Derek Jeters I have. And I mentioned the market dip. Well, let's look at Derek Jeter. So Derek Jeter tops. I have no intention of selling these anytime soon. Would I ever consolidate some 8s into a 9 or 8s into a 10? Maybe. Especially right now, look at this is the PSA 10 93 tops Derek Jeter. It's still on Market Movers, number 60 overall for all the cards, number 15 hottest card for baseball. I don't know how they use that. If it's down 27% in the last 30 days, I wouldn't call that a hot card. If you look at the PSA 9s, that's down 28%. So you can get a PSA 9 Derek Jeter tops for $95 right now. And that was as high as probably 150, 200 for a while. And this is the tops PSA 8 that I have a collection of. Yeah, they peaked around 70. They were kind of fluctuating between 50 and 70 for the longest time. It's definitely creeping down again. Anytime it gets under 50, I'm ready to buy. Bought another one a couple nights ago. If they're under 50, I love that price point. So I do have about 12 to 15 raw copies. And I do have a handful of, these are all 8s here. I look at these like stocks at $50 a piece. I love that price point. I have 2 raw gold ones. I have one micro here, and I just ordered another one for about 80 bucks again. So I do have 2 ones in the mail right now. And I did see an HGA 8.5. I think the colors look perfect for this card, the black and the green. I think it looked really sharp. That was like an 82. So moving on to Upper Deck. I have some raw copies. I think one of them I just picked up at the card show garage sale a couple days ago. And then I have the 8s here. These are the PSA 8s. And if I ever decide to do some grading with these, at least I have a marker of what an 8 looks like. So, and then Select, I have my favorite photo out of all of them. I don't have any raw copies of Select. I thought I would have, but for Score, I only have one of the graded, about 8 of the raw copies. I have Derek Jeter PSA 8 here and 2 raw copies. And then finally, some oddball stuff. I just found this an interesting card. It's a numbered insert. They mass produced these, but I just found it a cool picture. Like an oil pastel. That was cool. And then he's got a bunch of minor league issues. And these might be new for some people watching. If you haven't seen these, this was made out of Classic in '92. Another Classic issue from '94. Upper Deck Minors from '95. So it's that year, I think, that he started playing, '95, '96. Action Packed. This one is 4 Sport from '92. So this is one of his first ones. Classic Gold. Classic had so many different products back in the mid-90s there. There's a Classic Draft Picks. Front row, one of his early ones. And then here's one of the raw copies of the Ted Williams card that's numbered on the back. So, little variety here. And then, almost got fooled here. This one is a reprint. And then the final thing I'll show you, on the list, one of the most random cards, 2007 Topps base with George Bush and Mickey Mantle. So here, if you look in the background, you see Mickey Mantle in the dugout, and you see President George Bush in the crowd. Such a random picture, but so the raw copies go for about $13.75. So it's on the top list, number 85 for all the sports, number 20 for baseball. It's not a whole lot, but I happen to have 2 copies of this that I just found in the box. Didn't know they were actually on the hot list until I just checked. Always knew it was a neat card, but it's fun to see it. I saw a PSA 9 win for $200. That's pretty good. Final thing I'll show you is I'm retiring the Teddy Bridgewater jersey. I just bought a Randy Moss jersey today, and I will be done with Teddy Bridgewater. Just like the NFL, I think we're giving up on Teddy Bridgewater. It's been a good run, though. Loved having him as a quarterback. I remember when he got injured in spring training. I was, getting my classroom set up. I think it was in August. I remember where I was. I remember the door I entered into my school and saw on my phone that he got injured in training camp. I think it was in August. I think that sounds familiar. Sad day, Teddy. Sad day. All right. That's all I got for today. So I would have done this last night, but again, I got lazy, so decided to just sleep. Rest on the couch after doing yard work. So, all right. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Tomorrow's Monday. Monday. All right. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.